Kathleen, why don't we get started? People can come.
All right, I'm going to...
So hi, everyone. Framework Friday for May 2023.
Wait, Terry. I don't think this started yet.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Framework Friday for May 2023. We are here on a brand new platform today called Butter. And most of us have spent countless hours, probably far too many hours, on Zoom over the last 3 years, surviving on it through the pandemic, staying connected, and it has served us well. But there are some alternatives out there, and today what we'd like to do is take a look at Butter. It's a fun platform with a lot of interactivity to it, and we thought we would spend this time together showcasing what Butter can do, taking you through some of the features and some of the tools that you can use, and to see a couple things. One is, should we use this for future Framework Fridays? We wanted to know what people thought, and this is something that you may want to incorporate in your own work, in your own communities as well. So I'm going to turn this over to Kathleen, and she's going to lead us through the initial part of this demo.
Great, thanks, Terry. So, Amy, one of the cool things about Butter is that you can create avatars. So we're all going to create an avatar. So I'll show you, if I turn off my video, my little avatar pops up. So we're going to have you create yours. So if you hit on the top, right where you did the settings for the connectivity, if you go back to that gear at the top, and then under General, right at the top, you can hit, it says select an avatar. So then you can click that and then search through there's so many different choices, some really fun ones. So take a little bit and pick your avatar.
I think I'm just going to pick one and I will adapt it later on.
That's fine. And then maybe we could all turn off our video and just quickly show our avatars.
Yeah, so the avatars show up if you turn off your video, which all you have to do is hit the V on the keyboard.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's fun.
Fun. Okay, great.
Oh, that's nice.
And so,
with the keyboard shortcut.
So you can toggle video on and off with just a V.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think someone might come in and ask me a question eventually. And where's the audio pause? Mute button. I got a strange message, but I can't read it.
We lost you for a bit.
Yeah, it says something
Amy.
about decline.
Yeah.
Hi, Nina.
Yeah. Hi, Nina.
Hi, Nina.
Oh, you're muted. Hit the M button on your keyboard. Hit M on your keyboard.
Sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, I was in another room that said the meeting hadn't started, listening to like elevator music. All that was missing was like a dentist pulling a tooth.
That was the.
And then how did you find this one?
I went back to the email that came out. So the one that was on my calendar was the one that put me in the dentist office, and then the one that was on my email threw me into Jazzy waiting room, and then threw me in here like really quick.
Really fast.
So
yes,
first note to Butter, we need filters, because I'm like, oh shit, this is what I really look like. I'm like, I just aged in like 12 minutes.
So,
hi, Amy, it's so good to see you.
Yeah.
So Kathleen, do you think we have other people who are hanging out in the wrong room?
Yeah, I'm going to do a little quick.
Would it help if I gave you the link that I was?
I think I know where. I mean, yes, you can chat it to me, but I think I know where it is.
Okay.
So chat is in that left menu bar over there.
Got it.
Left menu bar.
Yeah.
Oh, found it.
Mm-hmm. I can't go there without leaving this one, Terry.
Okay, so why don't you leave and I'll take over here.
Okay, and I'll be right
And
back.
I'm going to get Botox while you're gone.
I could use one too.
Okay, I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay.
What app do
Okay.
you use, Nina?
So follow up, Miss Terry, Dr.
Yeah.
Dr. Terry. So I ended up using a path framework
Yes.
for my speech.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yes. So I just pulled the trigger. I said, I got to do something. So I used path framework, which worked out well because all of my analogies were driving analogies.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Good for you.
Yeah. So it's still a work in progress, but I just wanted to update you on
Great.
that one.
And we'll circle back to that when we get to the hot seat part of today.
Okay.
So, Nina, the only thing that you really missed is that we talked about making an avatar.
Oh,
So what you,
because Amy looks so good.
so what you can do is go up to the gear icon at the top.
Yep.
And select that. And then under General, you can either snap a photo or select an avatar. Click Select an Avatar.
Yeah.
And then you can pick anything that you want. And that's what will show up when you turn off your video.
Okay.
And so when you turn off your video, you just toggle V on your keyboard. And to turn on and off the audio, the microphone, it's M. Toggle on. So that's how you mute and unmute yourself.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So pick a fun avatar.
So pick a fun avatar, go on and hit V, and then we'll see what you've chosen.
And you can see all ours. We should turn ours on.
Yeah. Oh, cute.
Fun! Love it. Love it.
Very fun. Very fun. And so Kathleen was taking us through the rest of the tour.
Yes. So I'm going to pick up. There was nobody in the other room, Terry, just so you
Okay.
Okay, so our next quick check, we're doing a fun check-in. It's called an alien check-in. So you just put your mouse over how what alien best describes your vibe today, and put your avatar shows up in what?
By clicking.
By clicking on it. Can you both see that?
Yes, we can all see it.
Great.
There you go.
Awesome. And that's kind of a fun check-in with everybody. Now I'm going to jump into Butter and give you a little bit of a tour. So we've already explored a couple things. What I wanted to show you. So I wanted to practice these ways to react. So on that left bar, you can see all the different ways to react to what somebody is saying. And you can also just hit the number on your keyboard too. Yep. Isn't that fun? Okay. And then if you want to talk or have questions, you can go into the queue. And so you toggle over the queue with the finger pointing, and then you can say if you have a comment or question. Yep. And then I can turn over the microphone to you, Nina. Hand it. Now you see that you have the little microphone on your picture. Yeah. So that's a fun way to, say you have a question or an idea. Nina has a comment. Yeah, you get the little microphone. Nice way to raise your hand. And then the chat, which, you definitely chimed in there, and so did Amy. So there's the main room in the chat, and then you also can have some direct messages with people. I really like this chat way better than Zoom's chat. I feel like when you're direct messaging on Zoom, it gets lost in the giant shuffle. But here, you can kind of have your own chat with somebody. So then you go back to your main room.
The other thing is if you hover your mouse over the black area between the right column of us and the left column of the exercise, you will see a vertical white line.
Yes.
And you can scale, move that, press and hold, and you can scale the exercise bigger if you want to read the type, and so the people become smaller, or vice versa.
Mm-hmm. And you can pop out the chat if you want to move it onto a different screen or whatever you want.
Yeah.
But then you just go back up to the main room if you want to, or your direct chat if you want to text with, message anybody.
Amy, you had a question?
Yeah, am I muted? Can you hear
No?
me?
No, we can hear you.
Okay. What is the black space you were talking about? I got lost there.
Okay, there's an area between the column of people and the card here on the left, and if you hover your mouse over it, you get a white line.
Got it. Now I see it.
And that will enable you to scale the people bigger.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Or the exercise bigger.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Did I do something to freeze my camera? Because, I'm moving.
We can see you move.
We can see you move.
How come I can't see me move? That's so weird. It's creepy. Okay.
Nina, what you can do is go back up to the gear icon.
Yeah?
And on the left, you'll see advanced.
Yeah.
What does it say for current settings?
Balanced. Best for most laptops.
Okay, try optimized.
Okay.
Which will scale a few things back, and that may work for you better. Does that work?
I'm not seeing me move, but you're seeing me move.
Yes.
Yep, we are.
That's so weird. Okay. All right, I'm good with it.
Okay.
Maybe it'll kick in a little bit.
Okay.
So the other fun thing about Butter is you can take notes right in here. So under that word you found chat, there's notes, and you're just taking your own. You can make shared notes, private notes, whatever you want, but you can take notes right in here about your meeting, and you can have all the formatting options and things like that. So right inside Butter, you can take notes. And we already talked about how to mute yourself. You just use the N key to mute and unmute, and then V for video to turn it on and off. Any other questions about Butter initially as we get started?
Could you say something about transcripts? In the note that there's transcript. Do we have to turn it on or off?
I have not played with that part, with transcripts.
Okay.
I just know that notes lets you write whatever notes you want to take about the meeting.
Okay.
But I will play with transcripts and find out for future things, for sure. All right, so we have another fun Butter exercise. Let's see. Oh, whoops. Okay. Pause. What color is your coffee?
So I'm not a coffee drinker, so I'm going to be right down here.
Okay.
Terry's at the tea shop.
Right.
Nina, what do you put in your coffee?
I prefer just skim milk.
Okay. I'm a French vanilla creamer kind of girl. All right. What color is your toast? Nice. No one likes it really dark. We all like some form of toast too.
It's interesting, and if you change your mind,
You
it will move.
around. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. What color are your bananas?
You're gonna share how you create this?
What was that?
Could you share how you create this?
Yeah, so this is actually a tool right in Butter that we were able to search for and then add it to our agenda, which is really a great kind of fun feature. So all these different things are already created and you can edit them and change them a little bit. There's one coming up later that we edited a good amount, but took the basis of it. So that's been really fun to play with. All right, what color is everyone's mood? All right, that's good for a Friday.
Yep. Nobody's in the black. That's good.
Yep. Awesome. All right, Terry, I'm going to turn it over to you for our next.
Okay, so one of the things that Butter also offers is a tight integration with Miro. So I've created a Miro board today, and Kathleen is going to paste the link in the chat. And if you could go click on that link and
You guys freeze on me.
What just happened?
I clicked open in Butter. It wouldn't allow me to open it, but I then clicked open in new tab.
I didn't get the link. We are detecting.
And it will take you there. Let us know if you have some trouble getting in.
I don't have a link.
You can copy it in the chat. It's in the chat.
Yeah, Kathleen pasted the link in the chat.
I don't see the chat. I don't see
So go back to the left-hand little bar where it says under the Q.
Oh, now I see it. Okay.
Okay.
Copy link. Okay.
Nina, are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
Are you visiting our...
Okay.
Unless you want to stay that way.
I can log in.
Okay, so great. So all of us are here. So this is, as you can see, this links directly to Miro. We've set up this Miro board to do a really simple 4-quadrant exercise today. And so to begin, we have the prompts down here. And your first prompt is to put your name on a sticky note. So pick one of the sticky notes and then drag it over to one of the quadrants there.
You guys have name on it. Do you see mine with the name?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You don't see your own. Okay.
You don't see your own, yeah.
You don't see your own, right?
Okay, got it. Can I blow it up because it's really hard to see?
So you want to zoom in.
Right.
In the lower right, you'll see the percentages, and you can click the plus sign and make it bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And then what you want to do is you want to pick a sticky note and put that in quadrant 1 of one of these 4-quadrant shapes.
Okay. Am I doing it right?
Nina's getting fancy with her fonts.
Yeah.
And then Amy, to grab a Post-it note, we've created a whole bunch of Post-it notes up there in the corner. Just grab one, drag it over to quadrant 1. Perfect, you got it.
She got one, yeah.
Yep. Okay, prompt number 2, which will go in square 2 on this quadrant, is what is your favorite framework shape? So go pick a framework and go stick it in a quadrant.
I cannot choose. It depends on my big idea. I can't choose. I can't. It's like I'm cheating on you, Triangle.
It's okay, maybe you can use triangle for one of your other answers.
All right.
Okay, prompt number 3 is what shape would you choose to have a sales conversation with a prospect? And then prompt 4 is, what shape would you use to think through a new idea?
Terry, I see you guys are on the teal color. Is that where I'm supposed to be in?
No, you can be anywhere. We
Okay.
just ended up here on the right,
Okay.
just because it was easier
Oh, yeah.
than dragging the shapes all over. No, you can be wherever you want, Amy.
Okay, all right, thanks.
So the 4th is, what shape would you use to think through a new idea? So look, we all came up with something different.
Mm-hmm.
Amy and Nina, you want to share any thoughts about why you chose the ones you did?
Amy, do you want to go first?
Sure. So for the my favorite one with the F's, besides this similar to Sigami, I also like how it goes. For me, it goes from lower left corner to the upper right corner, and for me, that's a path that sometimes we kind of look back and then we go forward and it goes up. So both in terms of level as well as the progression for the timeline from left to right.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to talk about the other ones or just wait till Nina?
Well,
I can hear you. Are you there?
The last.
Yeah, I got lost for
By
a minute.
two?
I couldn't hear you. Terry?
yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. So my question was, should I wait till Nina finish or do you?
Yes.
Okay.
Nina's talking now.
Oh, sorry.
So
We lost your audio.
okay. Oh, so that's so weird. Can you
You're
hear me
back.
now? Okay.
Yeah, you're back.
So I.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
Emotional abandonment. Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't hear Nina. It keeps saying that I'm offline. I don't know why. It doesn't happen often like this.
audio issues.
Hello?
Yep, you're there.
Now I can hear you, but I could not hear what Nina said or anything after that.
Yeah, I think it's your audio, Amy. What may help is if you go on. While we would love to see your smiling face, if you go on to Avatar, it's gonna decrease your video, and so that may help with the transmission.
Sure. So if I go off video,
Yep.
okay,
Perfect.
then go back
Yep.
to Miro, okay.
Yep. And so, what about what shape would you choose to have a sales conversation?
You're talking
That's
from-
quadrant
Amy.
3. Why don't you share, Amy?
Okay, so I probably from Alan's brainwash, right? Is that 4 quadrants, is that where they are, where they could be, and where do they think they are in? I always find that very helpful.
Nina?
So for me, I chose the path because it would be the explanation of how my cohort, my course works. So it's very much following a path.
Yep. And then what shape would you use to think through a new idea? Amy, you selected the tiered triangle. What was your thinking there?
Yeah, because I often have a whole bunch of ideas all come at the same time, and I recognize that I like to be able to rank them so I know what is more important than others instead of on a plane.
Interesting, yeah. I hadn't thought about it that way. That's great.
Yeah, thanks. Back to you, Terry.
And Nina?
So for me, it's like, okay, if I have an idea, it's like, let's say the center circle is the idea, and then it's like each one is like a tangent, like, okay, who would I sell this to? How am I going to distribute this? You know, what are we gonna focus on? And then each one just kind of branches out so it becomes like a mind map kind of idea.
That's exactly what I was thinking too, is that it's like a mind map. I don't know what I think about this yet. Let me just dump it all down on paper and sort out, what am I really thinking about here? How might this take shape? Yeah.
May I add, initially I was going to put that network first, and then I thought to sort through my idea that I would use the hierarchy one. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. It's interesting how we all have a different approach to this, and that these shapes can be so versatile to take us there.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for sharing. Okay, I'm going to turn this back to Kathleen.
All right, we are going to jump into hot seat. Ready for that, Terry?
Sure. Did anybody have anything that they brought with them that they want to share with us today? We also wanted to see what the sharing capabilities were.
Nina is not here.
I didn't bring anything because last time I was like a little hog, so I was like, I'm not bringing anything.
Okay, well, you had mentioned before that you were giving us a brief update on your presentation, so share with us in more detail. What was that about? Refresh our memory, and what were you trying to do?
So my presentation is basically, it's called the Financial Wellness Revolution. And it is about moving from financial wellness to financial wellness in 4 easy steps. And it's based on 4 C's of control. And I have been working on how to demonstrate the 4 C's because they do have to follow a certain order. You can't jump to number 4 if you haven't completed 1 through 3. And I have tried like everything. So after the last month's framework, I cried for several hours and then said, I've got to submit something. So I threw it together on a path. And I'm just trying to see if I could share that super quickly, because then we can.
And who was your audience? Who was your audience here?
So for this one, my audience were dentists. Not my usual health and wellness people. So that was interesting. So yeah, so it was definitely different. I'm like kind of. There's so much pressure.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Today is definitely one of those hangout kind of Framework Fridays.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's also kind of the vibe of Butter, right? It seems to me at least much less structured, much more let's just hang out, see what we're going to do.
Oh, there's what I'm looking for. Okay.
And so, Kathleen, how does a share happen? Right from the share button?
Yeah, I think so. Right on the left in that bar.
Yes, share your screen. Yeah.
And if you don't see that, let me know.
Okay. I thought it would be like, I thought it was sitting right there.
Okay, you want us to come back to you?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I don't want you to feel uncomfortable, but
yeah,
no pressure or anything.
Yeah, a new platform, trying to find it on a hard drive, trying to keep it.
Oh, by the way, you're in the hot seat.
Yeah, right. Yep. Okay, we'll come back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Take a deep breath. Don't worry, Amy. Do you have something that you'd like to share, or something that's been of interest to you?
You're muted, Amy.
You're muted, and she's frozen.
No, I couldn't hear everything you said.
Oh, there.
Muted.
Oh, you're muted, Amy. There you go.
I couldn't hear everything you said.
I wanted to know if you had anything that you would like to share with us today.
Well, other than what you and I had worked on last time, can I share that with having Catherine's and Nina's input?
Sure.
Basically,
sure.
I already said that with that as path, is that I like to take people from one lower left corner to the upper right-hand corner, and then explaining that in between they might loop back for whether it's old habits, whether it's the old mindset, and then eventually they can move up, elevated up. Now I shared that with, it was only a small group. They totally not get it.
Yes.
So I need to find out what is that they are not getting it. They say that, I guess they're very linear, and the wiggling back, they say they don't get it. What does it have to do with the model I was trying to present, which is for Nina and Catherine. It was most of.
Okay, so let me interrupt here for a minute. Yeah. Who has construction going on in the background?
Oh, wait. I think. Hold on. Because they're doing lawn care, but I had my headphones in, so I'm wondering. Hold on.
That sounds right.
Is that it? Oh,
yeah.
I am so sorry. I thought that wouldn't come through with my headphones. Okay, sorry.
Okay, Terry, where should I rewind?
How you were saying that some people were confused because you were leading them through a path?
Right. And so for Nina and Catherine, my motto is that most of us, and my idea is that most of us are really well trained in school and work with the assembly line methodology, which I call it complicated. And that is, if you follow step by step, you can get something done. If you go to all the school, all the courses, you do all the tests, you pass it, you get your degree. You're assembling a sandwich, you get a sandwich. If you follow all the steps, no matter how many steps there are, maybe like assembling a Tesla, there's multiple steps, multiple levels, and that increase the complication. Yet, if you follow one step at a time, you can get to the end. Are you two okay with that, Nina and Catherine? Okay, so that's the complicated model. And to help people remember that, I use the T as in the alphabet in complicated as for tasks. If you do one task after the other, you get to the end result. The other model that I'm introducing is that complex. The world is getting more complex, our business, our life is getting more complex. And by definition, complex is when one element interacting with the other and there's a lot of unknown. So think about the complex with the X, alphabet X stands for multiple and unknown, as in algebra, X for unknown. How are we doing? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Kathy looks a little bit puzzled. I just want to be sure you can hear me. It says disconnected on my end. So I'm getting weird.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Now we can hear you.
Okay. So last thing I said was Kathy looks puzzling, and then I looked and I was having issue with connection again. So that's the two model that is opposite, the complicated, that you go step by step, and then the complex is you are in a situation you really don't know how the outcome is going to be.
Yeah.
Okay. And so before I talked to Terry, I just, the standard one is you have a column, and then there's the left versus the right, and compare the differences. So what's an example of complex situation? Maybe cooking Chinese food for the first time, that you really not familiar with the tools, you're not familiar with the recipe, you're not quite sure how to chop the ginger. There's a lot of unknowns.
And so you started out with the contrast frame, which would be one side compared to another. And is that where you ended up, or did you choose another shape?
No. So that's before I talked to you. I was always doing the column. And after I talked to you, I introduced the pathway. I said, this is what you always have been done. And talking to the audience, I would say, this is your complicated model, that you do certain things, you expect the results. But now the world is getting more complex. It's actually meandering, and it's up here. And if you adopt this mindset, you would be better off. You will be ahead of your competitor, and you will not be stuck trying to solve problem the old way. And I also use the word problem-solving bias. That people tend to solve problems.
When you come back.
Yeah.
Okay. So what at the end we heard, and you will not be.
So you won't be using, instead of using the standard typical way of solving problem, like a problem-solving bias, you will have another option to look at the problem a different way. So I use the
pathway to do that.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you for sharing. Nina, did you find your graphic, your image?
I did. So let us test. Let's see if we can share. Oh, I have to request permission.
There you go.
Okay, so what are you seeing? You're not seeing my graphic, are you?
We're seeing
butter.
You're seeing butter. Okay, so...
And then your notes on the side.
Okay, so notes on the side, but okay. So, if I do this, now are you seeing anything? Or is still
it's buffering. It says Nina is setting up a screen share.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to start over. Let's see if I do that.
Maybe we should all go on Avatar. That may save some. Oh, that works.
Yeah. Yeah, there's your keys.
So you're seeing it. Is it like? Can you see it? Okay. Like.
Yes.
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 Okay.
It's floating. It's floating on top of your full Butter screen.
Okay,
Yeah,
but you can at least see it for now.
Yes.
Because Butter's not letting me choose a window.
Yes, I see that. But we can see it.
Okay, so here is financial wellness, and then here are the 4 C's. So we have to be able to see our financial picture, and then to understand our numbers, we have to have context. Because then from that, we'll be able to see what needs to be changed in our business. And then once you know how to change stuff, you have a choice. And once you have the choice, you are in control and you can achieve your definition of financial wellness. And then we have little P's along the way. And those P's are parking lots or rest areas or pauses. And that is because if at any point you are uncomfortable with where you are on the financial journey or you're not 100% sure, before you move forward, you pause. And it is absolutely okay to pause because pausing is better than choosing the path of avoidance. So that
P is greater than A.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
So
and thank you for sharing that. And so how was that received?
So basically, I need to rehearse more. And practice more. So that part of the presentation was okay because a lot of that I teach in the course, so I was very comfortable sharing, and I had analogies for all of them, which were all driving analogies. So it was it was easy to relate to. Somebody made the comment I should have dental analogies, and I was like, no. I'm like, no, sorry, it's not my people. So yeah, but I'm funnier in my head than I am on stage, and
well, a lot of that comes with practice, and just feeling comfortable.
Yeah, and Ellen DeGeneres and Wanda Sykes don't really have anything to worry about these days, so it's all good. It's all
That's
good.
Great. That's great.
So. That was me last weekend. So I get to do it again at the end of the month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. So you'll be able to kind of try out some new approaches and keep building upon it, which is really what it's all about.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
That's great. Amy, what's up?
Oh, is this a place I can ask Nina a question for clarification? Sure. Thanks for sharing that because your path S is similar to mine. I was just curious why you picked your S shape.
Because that was the only one in Miro.
I don't understand.
It was in Miro. It was in the board that we use.
Yeah.
I took it from there. I was like, I need to put something together.
Oh, okay.
I was on a deadline.
Oh, okay, okay.
And I just jumped into Miro and said, okay, it's going with a path, and I'm doing Post-it notes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
You chose a path, which was the path of least resistance.
It was the oh my God, I'm on a deadline path.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it works. So there's no rhyme or reason to the color. Well, the colors a little bit because I tried to go from red to green. So there was a little bit there. But the fact that the path is dotted, nothing to do with anything there.
Well, I think the basic concept is there. Once you are more secure in it, that's when you can turn it over to a designer.
Yeah.
And really turn it into something. But for now,
I'm just testing. Those C's were changing in the car driving to the presentation. You know?
Yeah.
So once I get it, and then it came down. It was like there's too many. I don't need 4, it's 3. And so I'm still playing with it, but you're
Sure.
right.
And that's exactly what it is. Yep.
You know, so it's all good. But right now the slides are set for the end of the month, so there's 4 C's still.
Yes, that'll work. Well, thank you both for sharing. So I'm going to turn this back over to Kathleen. Kathleen, what's up next?
So now we have our wrap up and reflection time. So we can either jump into our last fun activity, or you can wrap up, Terry, whichever one you wanted to do first.
Let's do the so I know I wanted to give you an update about Framework Friday. We are going to take June and July off as a summer break. This summer I'm working on a book project, and so we're going to take June and July off. Probably come back in August, but we'll see, if people are around in August or not. But we wanted to let you know that this is the last one for a couple months. But that I'm here, Kathleen is here. If you have any questions or you want to check in, and I'll be continuing to send out emails to the group just to kind of keep people in the loop. And then we're looking at a possible next cohort in September. And so that's the news here. Kathleen, anything that I've overlooked or?
I don't think so. We were curious what you all are doing this summer.
Yeah. Wait, Amy had a question first.
Yes, Amy had a question,
I was just curious because I think you took Gwen's workshop, right?
Gwen's workshop?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of it. It's terrific.
Okay. Yeah, I said the timing just was bad, and I hope I'll be able to jump in the next one.
Yeah, it's really, really well done. It's very well structured. When I take these online courses, I'm always taking them at 2 levels, right? I'm taking them at 1 level to learn the material, but I'm also taking them just to see how somebody organizes and runs their own course. And hers is one of the best that I've taken. I mean, I looked at this and I went, wow. There's a lot of content there. There's her approach is just so warm and friendly. There's about 15 people in the group. She has some alums come back. It's interesting to see how she involves the alums. And then she has a capstone project that everybody works on. And then we'll be giving a 20-minute demo of a new technique or a new facility, what you are going to actually put into the presentation. And she's encouraging people to really push the boundaries, right? So I'm sitting there saying, all right, I want to experiment with the first 20 minutes of a master class where I just introduce the whole notion of frameworks to somebody for the very first time. And to me, that's always been very challenging because it's Amy, it's a complex topic. It's complicated, but it's also complex. And so that's what I'm going to be working on in my capstone there. And 2 takeaways so far. One is that students will never complain that there's not enough content, but they will be disappointed if there's not enough connection. And so scale back your content and instead enhance the connection time, which I thought was really insightful, right? And the other thing she said is to make sure that there is a connection within the first 8 minutes of your program. So either go into a breakout or a chat or something that you have to keep changing up the state. And I knew that, you always want to keep changing up the state. But she really tries to have a breakout in the first 8 minutes of a program, which I thought, to me, really pushes the envelope. You don't have a whole lot of time to get these people on the same page, and you're throwing them into breakout rooms. So those are the 2 big takeaways so far, but I'm only halfway through the course.
That's so interesting. Like, I wonder 8. I wonder why 8.
I had always heard 8 minutes, but this was like maybe 15 years ago. 8 minutes was what they used to broadcast television. Used to have 8 minutes before they went to a commercial. So they thought that this is the attention span. I think attention spans have gotten a whole lot shorter since then.
Yeah, for sure.
TikTok has, limited our attention span probably to 60 seconds, if that. But she said within the first 8 minutes. So I'll have to go back and ask her, Nina, and find out why.
If that's the connection.
Yeah. So that's what I have for summer plans. What do you two have for summer plans? Nothing?
No idea. I don't. Hopefully work less. Work less. Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna bounce because I've got to run to the restroom before 2:00. So thank you.
Okay.
It's been fun buttering here, and
the only question we have, Nina, is should we?
Can you do that? Can you select?
Can you select one of these? Butter, Zoom, or mix it up for future Framework Friday?
I'm gonna say mix it up, man, because I am just like fly by the seat of my pants.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks for being with us.
All right,
Of course. Have a good weekend. Bye. Good seeing you, Amy.
Thanks.
All right, Amy, you can pick.
I picked 2. I say mix it up. Yeah.
Mix it up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's new, it's a little bit awkward. I just hope the improvement. I'm at the business club, so it's always high speed. It's the connection issue hardly happens once in a great while. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think we do need to get back in touch with them and say, okay, the connections weren't stable.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I always
Amy.
enjoy you too very much, and thank you. Okay.
All right.
See you
We'll see you soon.
Right. Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.